This conference will now be recorded.
All right, I'd like to call the Harbor Advisory Committee meeting for December 4th to order. Can I please get a roll call?
Here.
Barr,
Here.
Here.
Valley,
Here.
Mo, Nikki,
Here.
Wilson, Lewis.
We have a quorum. Approval of existing agenda. Is there any modifications, anything that needs to change? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Approval of prior meeting minutes from November 6th. If everyone's had a moment to review those, is there any alterations to those meeting minutes as written? If not, I'll take motion.
I'll do it again.
I'll say. All right, all in favor? Meeting minutes approved. I've got a quiet group today. Must be winter. Cool. On to business. I'm assuming the 2024-2025 comparison was kind of what Steve was talking about or requesting. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's actually interested in it, but we did do much better this year than we did last. It's taken me a little while and a couple of phone calls and emails in with the state, but I've finally got a couple of things sorted out so I can actually pull easy to comprehend information out of Canvas. So I do have 37-page PDF that goes through and compares last year to this year on a month-to-month basis, as far as harbor occupancy, all the way down to transient nights bought and sold, through income sources, income distribution, so on and so forth. So if anybody wants a copy of that to read, let me know and I will send it to you. Or if y'all think it's better, I'll just send it to the whole committee email and
Yeah, I think that'd probably be best, just so everyone can see it.
poke around at your leisure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a good, like Steve was saying, I think it's just a good thing for us all to have eyes on of the metrics of how that's going. So
It actually, it didn't seem like it, but according to all of the information I pulled, we did about, I think it was 19,000 in transient traffic last year. And this year we did just under 30.
okay, pretty good jump.
It never seemed like there was that many transient boats in the marina.
Yeah.
According to what information that Camus gave me,
Yeah.
we did a heck of a lot better almost the entire season.
Any thoughts, like I know you said it didn't feel like it, but any thoughts as to why we've seen that jump? I know, what was it, the year before we were dealing quite a bit with like the cost of gas and such, right?
Yeah.
But no.
I think people are just kind of realizing that we're here. A lot of times before, when I would meet people out in town or like new boaters last year, they had no idea there was even a marina here, much less a small town. So I think word is just getting out, as far as I can tell. And the weirdest thing was that June has been busier than July.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then August is usually swamped, and September is usually as busy as May, and October is obviously pretty dead. But every month this year we've done better than last year. So
Cool. Yeah. I know. I think it's worth it just sending it out to the full group just so they all can just put eyes on it.
just so everybody knows, that will include fuel sales, permit sales, transient nights, reservation fees. Everything that we sell is going to be in that report. So you can compare everything.
Any questions for Kevin for line item 1? Nope. Cool. On to scheduling.
Do we really need to meet that often during the summer when everyone is too busy to meet? I meant to ask last month, but slipped my mind.
As much as it's a pain, I would think that would be when things could be brought up
Yeah.
more to everybody's attention.
And I mean, but so this past summer, the only thing I would say to that is we did not have a quorum more often than we did. And even though a lot of those non-quorum meetings were incredibly productive and informational, I think, for everybody involved, I don't, not having a quorum during the summer because half of the board is too busy to show up. I don't know. So this, if you still want to have meetings during the summer, I'm fine with that. During the summer, there more often than not may not be a quorum, so I don't know how much business we can actually.
I don't know if that's true. I think you canceled the June meeting and the July meeting. I don't think it wasn't because there was a quorum. Right?
Check back.
I mean, some of them were
I don't think it
canceled.
was a quorum issue. I mean, this time of year, it's a quorum issue for sure, because half the people are in Florida, but I don't think the summer is because people are too busy to come. I think it was, hey, there's a lot going on down at the marina. Does anybody have topics? And if not, no, and then we generally skip the July one because it's right by the 4th. So I don't think it's a, because we're too busy to show up issue per se.
Okay.
Well, I guess we could look into just keeping the summer schedule, kind of open season open. Cool. And then approval of the 2026 meeting schedule. So that's tying into.
Yeah.
Did anybody see anything on that what they need to, I mean, it's the first Thursday of every month for the year. Does it still work for everyone and all that?
Yeah, I mean, this far out, it's.
Yeah. Kind of hard to tell what summers for some of us, but yeah. Cool.
Is the July one on there? Okay, good.
Cool. And then on the Harbor Masters report.
All of the winter storage bills went out. I've already started getting a number of them back. I think the numbers for fiscal year 24-25 are looking pretty good. Won't really have any finalized numbers until the audit is done. Was that February-ish?
Usually February is when we present that final audit.
Yeah, all right. I can still get preliminary numbers, but so far the auditors haven't really had too many questions or problems with where the marina budget is. So hopefully we'll get some good news back in February. I think I've got about 8 people on the wait list now, and I may have 2 slips opening up. We are probably going to play musical slips with a couple of people next year. I know the NOAA group, they do pay for their slips, those 2 48-49. But I want to say in the coming years, they're not going to want to. So I think I may move them over to the fuel dock side so I can put their boats,
Yeah.
paying customers on the new docks.
So is that included in the 2 docks that you got coming open? Is that including the 2 docks?
Yeah. And I've cleared it with Steve and Rachel already. But something before I get in touch with him, I would like to get everyone's advice here. John Knapp, the Alpena Sea Scouts.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody thinks they exist. The most his boat moved this past year was when it almost sank in 104. So I was thinking about essentially informing them that if he doesn't pay for winter storage and a slip from now on, he doesn't get to stay at the marina anymore. If that seems amicable, or if anybody here has an alternative solution.
Yeah, because he was staying for free.
Yep.
Based on work that Sea Scouts that don't exist, we're gonna do.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the plan for them to do like cleanup and stuff around the marina and
The railing maybe.
paint the railing. So they didn't do anything essentially?
They don't exist, so no.
Okay.
So they're defunct. Yeah, I mean, if they're 100% defunct, unless he wants to come here and explain.
I mean, the scout leaders that are here in Alpena are both equally confused as to where the Sea Scouts are coming from.
Okay. Yeah. And
I think years ago, 6, 7+ years ago, give or take, it was a thing.
it used to come up. Yeah.
But the Sea Scouts, from what I've found out from talking to other scouters and found on the internet, they haven't been a thing in Alpena for at least
Yeah. Because this
6 years maybe.
the Sea Scouts. There's a group that comes up, but they're on like their own boat, and they worked with Wayne.
Yeah.
They don't.
No.
They're completely kind of their own entity. Yeah. So I mean,
Based in Alpena, no.
yeah. So I don't.
Gave them a shot. And
Yeah.
they didn't
Yeah.
look at all to their end of the bargain.
Before I talk to him, I just wanted to make sure that we're all
What is it you're gonna tell them again?
that essentially he's welcome to stay as long as he starts paying for the slip and winter storage. Since it was a group kind of,
Right.
and it was working kind, the Sea Scouts in the past have not paid for their slip or winter storage.
Are we getting close to the point where it's a derelict boat that shouldn't go in the water?
It's close,
Did it move under its own power?
twice. To get to the slip and then to get back.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if they had to tow it or something, or if it.
Oh, they
okay,
didn't have to.
At least functions.
At least engine functions. Yeah.
But
Yeah. No.
I was talking to Steve about it yesterday, and he does kind of feel, as well as I do, that it's pretty dang close to being a derelict boat where it's just not going to be seaworthy, so it's just going to wind up in the parking lot.
And we have the demand. And we have demand.
Absolutely,
So
Yeah, that's my concern.
If they're-
Put it in And then it,
it did almost sink this year.
yeah. I mean, I think it makes sense to reach out to him and let him know that this is kind of something that's coming on. And if he has an excuse for it, then I'm sure we're all happy to hear it. But
Yeah.
they're not an active group anymore. There's really no reason to be giving a free parking spot.
All right.
Anything else for Harbor Master?
The 11th Street boat launch kind of got a little almost torn in half, so I have to think about how to replace that.
In there.
Abuse, and then when they pulled it out for the winter, it was just so brittle. So we're gonna figure out how to get it over to DPW, hopefully, and they'll rebuild it over winter or first thing in the spring.
What projects are gonna be going on this coming summer, spring, summer?
So most of what we're gonna be doing this upcoming spring and summer, is gonna be the restroom, motors lounge, and then we're gonna start working on all of the docks. All of the docks, at least, that did not get replaced. So,
Like the repairs of those.
yeah. And I'm gonna try to start over redoing the main fuel dock first, and then work our way over along all of the docks on Prentice Street.
Everything went well with the fish cleaning station, taking the grinders out and stuff.
Yes, sir. We are actually, I got the manual even from Skip at Veolia, so we are good to go. And it even got blown out before it got too cold, so hopefully the water main won't freeze this winter. So that'll be nice.
The transient docks get moved back into their position.
It did.
How'd that go?
It would have gone better if we had more water in the marina, but overall, I'd say it was a success.
And the plans for the Yinglings, are they going back in the same spot again?
I certainly hope so. As far as I'm aware, it worked out pretty darn well for everybody. So, is there a different spot anybody would like to see them in?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
So it's cool if they return to the underutilized docks.
I think so.
Again, as long as they understand that during larger events, it would be really cool if they opened up one or two of those slips for other people.
Cool. I mean, we're basically in member comments now, so.
Is there, and I haven't been down there in the last week or so, but I noticed a lot of fenders and stuff left out on docks. You know, like people had fenders tied up or bumper tied up, that kind of thing.
Those all technically belong to the city now.
Okay. Is there plans to clean them up so it doesn't look, I mean, they may be frozen in place now, but I think it'd be nice to kind of do a quick lap late in the season and just make sure all that stuff's
Yeah.
not on the dock still.
I'll try and get over there next week.
Okay.
Did we get any headway with, I remember, where the, I'm just totally farting on the name. Basically where where all the trailer boats are basically going into the water, the launch system. We talked about the invasive weeds that were there and such like that. Was there any, like, I remember you told us that basically the opinion was like to stop launching boats there, but clearly that's not like a realistic option, at least at this point. But was there any, I know we talked about like the physical clearing or the spraying. Was there any development on that front at all about solutions?
The company that does all of the spraying for us did not have any time to actually make it out here mid to late October. I guess they were a little too busy with closing, like shutting down and doing a bunch of like private ponds and stuff like that. But regardless, they didn't have enough time to come out in October. They are aware of it, so they're gonna focus a little bit more time in the spring in that whole area to see if we can't reduce the number of invasives over in that section. Without disrupting them, because the last thing I'd want to do is start pulling them out and then just they start growing off of all the tiny little shreds that are left in the
Yeah. Yeah. Did we think, I know I can't remember, I don't think it was the November meeting, but didn't we, as a group, kind of talk a little bit about extending those docks a
Yes.
little bit? Is there any headway with kind of what that would look like?
I'm looking into extending one of them. So far, the only options I've found, like the floating ones that attach to the end, they look a little flimsy.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, that's fair, but it looks like nobody would be able to stand up straight on them.
Are these like the floating aluminum type, or is this like?
I don't know, the ones they have in Roger City are sturdy.
Yeah.
They're not bouncy or nothing.
I'll check with
And the ones that we have out here are way more bouncy than the ones ramp in Roger City.
Yeah, I'll check with Caleb and see what he's got then.
Like I say, something's better than nothing.
Yeah. So like, we talked about like 10 extra feet, right? So would you want more? Like 15?
Probably 15. I mean, if you're gonna get a floating,
Yeah, so
if you're gonna get a floating one, whatever,
best case scenario.
15 to 18.
Okay.
Get two, that'd be great. I mean, You're gonna go for it.
Yeah, might as well. Well, and I know, like, for example, Matt Dunkel trailer is his sailboat. When we pulled it out, I mean, it was
Yeah, it was
there-
easy.
there's a sandbar there because of the power loading now. So, and he ran right. I mean, there was really no place. I mean, obviously the water level's really low right now, so that is a factor too. But I mean, he had to push through a sandbar bank to get that boat back on the trailer. So, I mean, obviously we have the hoist, and that would have been his backup. But
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole point of having a trailerable boat is to
little trailer, yeah,
be able
ideally.
to. As far as the invasive plants, have you talked to maybe like Huron pines or one of those?
Huron Pines this past summer came down and confirmed,
Oh, so there you go. Okay.
yeah,
They were the ones that suggested not
not to.
using the launch at all.
Gotcha.
I guess whenever you pull it's like Eurasian milfoil,
Mhm.
and whenever you pull it by hand, like all the little fragments that break off grow their own roots,
Okay.
and yeah,
It's like horsetail. Yeah.
yeah. So
We know if that stuff's hitting like the other dock in the river. Ford.
I think the other stuff isn't what.
Like, are we seeing the invasive weeds hitting the other,
Oh, yeah, they're-
boxes? Yeah. Okay.
Not in quite as high a concentration,
Yeah.
but it's
Not
present.
as, yeah. That other cruise ship that's coming in the town, supposedly, I don't know.
American Cruise
I
Line.
don't know anything about, do we know how they're getting here?
So there's only one way they can disembark and unload here in Alpena. So it is, let's see, the Patriot was 248 feet long, 55 feet wide. I think he said it was 134 feet tall. But being 248 feet long, it is far too wide to make a turning maneuver in the marina, in the harbor even, so that includes the river. So they are currently, and I have spoken to the Coast Guard. They don't think it will be that much of an issue blocking traffic, even if they are docked in the river for 25 hours at a time. So they are allowing American Cruise Line to come up with a well-documented written plan. And they are going to set up a meeting with us whenever that plan is done, so we can go over what their thoughts are, go for a site visit to kind of see what they're talking about and what they'll need. But overall, they can't turn anywhere in the marina. They can't get a 248-foot boat into the marina. So the only place that they can come into the river, dock at South Riverfront, and then they have to back all the way out into the lake.
What's their draft?
9 feet.
That's 55 feet beam.
Yeah.
How wide's the river?
170 something right there. But it's still too narrow for them to turn 208 feet.
I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
like when Lady Michigan goes out or something, how much
Yeah, and it's
space is there?
too tall to get through the bridge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that will be their only option. They have a single tender, 130 guests max. And they said they don't like using their tender for bringing people to and fro because it's apparently not as high quality as a cruise. So they'll have their own gangway. I think for the 4 days that they'll be here, we'll have some, as long as their plan is approved by the city and the Coast Guard. We'll probably have DPW come out for the 4 days that they'll be here to lift one of the railings along South Riverfront Park. And there'll be a relatively large boat for 15 hours on 2 separate occasions and 25 hours on 2 other occasions.
And they're paying the standard rate to be parked there too, right?
Probably more than.
Yeah. They don't have to, they're US flagged vessel, right?
US flag vessel.
So you don't have to worry about the security.
Don't have to do any of that fancy nonsense. American-based company, American-built ship, American flags on said ship, American guests on said ship. So it's just a matter of them. I actually spoke to their port director last week, and he'll let me know. It's probably going to be sometime after both of the upcoming holidays that I'll have a plan in hand. But they are putting one together.
Good to know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We don't know either, so I was interested.
You know, they changed their dates already.
You know what that? They've changed their
Oh, boy.
dates from
Forward.
yeah.
They changed all 4? Are there more than 4?
Not to my knowledge, no.
All right. That'll be interesting. Because the original dates, there was no Viking cruise ship or anything. Like, yeah, there would be the normal Lady Michigan tours, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, those other ones, like everything, I guess, is small enough to share the river with that boat.
That's still just as tight.
But yeah,
We run Silent Swarm. Those aren't big boats, but
yeah.
it gets real crowded real quick.
Well, I suppose I'll call Eric tomorrow.
Yep. Any other member comments for Kevin at this point?
Was there any headway on like the turnaround on Prentice Street, turning that into a green space? And
I think we've got it in the CIP, and it has to go through that whole CIP process, and then
the budget.
the budget. Yeah.
Wouldn't be till after July 1 where you even have money to do these things.
yeah, I was just curious if there's any headway on it.
It's slowly making its way through. Slowly.
Hasn't been reviewed by anybody yet, hasn't hit the staff level review, so.
Okay.
Don't
So you're looking
anticipate
at 27. You're looking at probably spring or summer of 27. You don't get money till July.
Right,
Pretty hard to get everything else rolling after that.
Yeah.
could be a fall project, ready for spring. Better anyway, less traffic.
We will have another. Mile race in October.
Oh,
Another what?
The the Wolverine 100 or whatever it was called. Relay race from Petoskey to Alpena.
Oh. Wow. Does it go to the marina? Like, is that where it finishes?
It actually ends in that no parking zone.
Oh, okay. Realize
If it
that.
was a park, that'd make it better.
Yeah. Any other going once, going twice? Sold? Okay. Any staff comments?
Motion in a second.
Oh, yeah. Can I get a motion on the approval of the 2026 meeting schedule?
I'll propose a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Thanks for catching that. Cool. No staff comments. Then the next meeting is currently slotted for January 8th, 2026. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you everyone for being here.